hi, Darwin, and finally I've got you on my show, Director Talks, after months and months of preparation or maybe patience. How with your hectic schedule? So, how was your Cannes trip? First, tell me about that. How did you get into Cannes, and how was the experience? Whom all did you meet? And how was it?
So, Mary, thanks for having me on your show. I love your show. I love watching your interviews actually with so many filmmakers and writers and all these people, beautiful people that you have. Cannes was very nice, Mary. If you're a filmmaker, that's one festival that you should go, no matter what. It's a little bit tricky to get into it because I mean, it's the biggest festival in the world, but it's not impossible. If you try and if you have the connections, and if you are in the industry, it's also a plus to get in. So it's fantastic. It's beautiful. So many things to do, Mary. They do a lot of workshops. They have a few market for film. It's a place to I mean, this is my third time in Cannes, but this is the time I took it more seriously.
Okay.
I was more into gather contacts and let's see how can I collaborate and stuff like that. And it was many celebrities. Cannes always bring a lot of celebrities, which I couldn't meet them anyways. It's true. But Spike Lee was there, Matt Damon, or Wilson, Benicio del Toro. Well, you name it. I was in 5 premieres. I guess it's beautiful to go to the premieres there. It's so beautiful. So it's a great experience. If I know you're gonna go one day, we can go together.
Sure, sure.
It's a great place to go. As a filmmaker, you must. It's a must.
How can a filmmaker go to Cannes? What are the criterias? How do you?
Well, I get it through a friend who already been there. So he submitted for me, and then they ask you for if you are in the industry. So they really check your website, they check your IMDb, they check the last project you have done, and so they do it like that. So you need to be kind of active, and then after that is luck, I guess. It's just luck. So I was because the other two times I've been there, I haven't been with the badge, but I was there in the festival, because also there are many things that you can do for free in the festival there. Well, it's a lot of stuff to do, but the criteria is that you need to be in the industry, and then active, and they check everything.
Fine. Talking about website, your IMDb, I have checked it out, and you were in Marvel movies and a little bit of
Yes.
other. So how did all that happen?
Well, that was when I was living in New York back in 2010, 11, 12. I think I was there. 2010 and 11, yes. And then I was in 2002 and 4 also back in New York. I was doing background, simple as that, but it's great. It's a great place for seeing a big budget film. Even if you're in the background, I wasn't nothing special. I mean, I'm honest. I was doing a background but it's beautiful to see that those Marvel movies, they also struggle with all this money to make a movie. Anyways, it's more or less the same, but different budget. Like when I do a film or you do a film, and then compared to those, but it's the same language. So but it's a great experience to be a part of the background. You see how they work. You see how the how the director works with the actors, with the main actors, and how the AD direct us, the backgrounds, and how this whole, I don't know, I think it was 100 people in one day in one scene behind cameras, and then there were like, I don't know, 500 backgrounds probably. So it's a beautiful experience. I'm happy I did the background.
So from being a background actor to having your own film festival, the lhiff, which is coming up in September this year, how did all that happen? How was the journey?
Yes, Mary. So the journey's been it's been funny because I was frustrated being an actor. I did so many auditions in New York, and it was very hard to get to be filmed only background. But I mean, that's the way actors have to face, right? Rejection,
Right.
rejection, and after rejection. So I get frustrated, and then I say, oh, to hell with this. I'm gonna start making my own movies. So I start making very bad movies. You know, I'm still learning. I'm not a pro in doing films. I have the passion, but I need to learn more. And I decided I'm gonna be a director. And then I started making my own films. And then I've been improving little by little. You know, at the end I start making my own movies, but I'm not acting on them, on most of them. So you know, it's like I turn more into a director than actor. And then after that, I say I want to make a festival because I have an idea of how to make a festival which will make filmmakers a little bit more happier, because I've been through the festival circuit, you know, doing
Yeah.
festival, and there are so many festivals that don't really, they have like, for example, they do they have an Instagram and they only place pictures from Brad Pitt, and which is okay, you know, but in reality, they don't have these people in the festival.
Right.
So why don't you, which I pay my money, why don't you put my poster and you give me a still from time to time, you give me a shout out, you know? A lot of festivals don't do that. It's horrible. So me, it was I say, you know, I say to myself, no, I'm not gonna place nothing about other celebrities than the people who's in my festival. So that's what I've been doing. You know, all the publicity we do it with the people we have in the festival, the movies we have in the festivals. You know, because at the end of the day, yeah, it's nice to have Brad Pitt. Everybody know him. Everybody know Johnny Depp. Everybody know the great directors. But at the end of the day, they are not in your film, they are not in your festival. So you need to show love to the people you select to your festival, to show them that you care and that you really care. And you know, you place your I place their trailer, whatever the max of things, you know, we have the lhiff Barcelona International Film Festival. We have 375 films, and we all give a shout out to all of each film of them, you know. And then so that was my goal. My goal was to make something different, you know. Especially I hate, Mary, those new festivals that they don't support the filmmaker. They just want the $10, or which is
Right.
nothing. At the end of the day, you don't make money by submissions. But at least, you know, I have the decency to take my time to submit your film to you and pay you a fee, 2 euros, $10, whatever it is. But please, if you select my film, let me see that you really appreciate. And also the communication I found very, very bad in film festivals, Mary. They don't really take the time to say, hey, we select your film, we like it, anything you need, we're here for you. No, all those festivals, they only use feel free way, select it, and that's it. You don't get anything else. You're like a lost in paradise, you know.
Yeah. Right.
So I was trying to also to do that, to also the communication to make it very effective, you know, to try to reply to everybody as soon as we select them. And now that we are almost in less than a month to launch our film in Barcelona, we give notifications to the filmmakers try to do it every week, what we're gonna do, how the schedules are. You know, like, I mean, we are very insecure people, Mary, filmmakers, you know that, because we have so many rejections. So we need to have somebody who really try to support us, you know, and that was the point I'm doing the festival, is to exposure the filmmakers on the ways that I can through social media, my website, stuff like that.
Right. So last year you couldn't do the festival since we were in pandemic and lockdown. It was postponed to this year, September. And what are the precautions that you're taking for the filmmakers who are coming for your festival? Like I saw that you're also sponsoring hotel rooms and all. You have advertised it that they can stay at some place at the discounted rates, and also those are the kind of uh, care that you're taking for the filmmakers who are coming, and what are the additional things that you're doing to keep them safe from the pandemic, because we are not yet out of it.
Right, right. Well, you know, we're planning to see if we get only in the venue people who's vaccinated and people who have a PCR or antibodies, you know, test. It's a little bit rough, especially for the Spanish audience, because maybe then they are not all vaccinated and probably they don't want to spend money, because we're not going to be able to pay to everybody a PCR test. It's out of question because we're no cans, you know, we don't really have a lot of supporters. We have important sponsors, but not really the ones we want to have in the venue. in Spain. I mean,
Yeah.
Mary, this is like making a movie, a festival. You know, you have two choices. One is to do a festival or a movie and go with the struggle because probably you're not gonna have a sponsor, and the other choice is not to do it.
Mm.
You, I mean, and it's more fun to do things, I guess, you know. Uh, and along the way, you always start. I mean, the doors start to open for you actually if you keep pushing and pushing. So the precautions, yeah, I see. We started to see because most of the filmmakers, we have a lot of filmmakers coming from overseas actually, especially from the US. We have a lot of people in Europeans.
Yeah.
We also working in some Indian people as well, but the situation there is very hard. So I think there have restrictions in Europe, and also in South America. We also have filmmakers that they are like if they come to Spain, they need to have a quarantine, so they want to be able to do the festival. So at this moment, we rely basically in Europeans and Americans, which you know now the reciprocal, they open to each
Yeah.
other borders. So I was with Steven. Steven, I don't know. I think you know Steven. I met
Yes.
Steven through you, right?
Yes.
Yes. I was with Stevie in Cannes, So he came to Europe very easily. He already do the test because he is an organizer. So he's the proof that you are able to travel from the US to Europe at this moment, and probably in September too. So yes, to make the whole story short, is we are working to see how to protect the people with this COVID, especially because of the Delta now. So we're gonna try to keep the same regulations, health regulations, you know, like social distancing, mask inside the venue, no big groups. So we are trying to work on that and try to see if I don't know if we're gonna implement the the vaccination that everybody has to be vaccinated already. I don't know about this yet, or the PCR, especially for the Spanish people, because most of the people who's coming from all Europe and the US, they are already vaccinated. I know that. I'm just thinking about is the filmmakers in Spain. So that's one thing that we're gonna decide probably 15 days before the festival starts.
Right. So before we wrap up the interview, what message would you like to give to the filmmakers and the viewers, documentary filmmakers, and people who are not so famous? So what is your message to you, like for them, and about your festival? Like, how can they participate? Where can they find the festival information and all of that?
Right. Thanks, Mary. You're so kind, but I'm not that famous, so stop there. Okay. You are more famous than me for sure.
No.
Uh, yes. I mean, my advice to the filmmakers. Okay, first of all, the festival right now, I have two festivals. One in Stockholm, Sweden, and the other one in Barcelona. The Stockholm, Sweden is next year, February 24th, 25th. You can submit via Feel Freeway or the North Film Festival, like the North filmfestival.com, and then you can submit via Feel Freeway. Now, right now, the submissions are closed for Barcelona lhiff, for lhiff Barcelona International Film Festival, but we open after the September 18th when the festival is finished again, and everybody can just search for lhiff, LHIFF, Barcelona International Film Festival, and then we'll open the submissions again. I'm planning to do 2 editions this year for lhiff Barcelona because I missed 2 postponements, you know. So I try to catch up the 3 seasons next year. So I'm gonna do one in March and the other one in November. So probably the one in March I will do online with a few maybe local filmmakers and a few international people, a little bit smaller, and then I wait to November to make a huge one again, like this one. And my advice to any, I mean, I'm not the right guy to give an advice, I guess, but I think is that you have to do the things you like to do with what you have, with what you have in the best you can, because at the end of the day, Mary, the time is gonna pass somehow. Whether you are doing what you like to do, you're doing your film, or whether you're not doing it, the time in 5 years will come, whether you're doing the things or not. So if you like this, you gotta just do it, and you know. And I mean, Mary, oh yeah, one very important thing: all the filmmakers, nobody care about your film, so you are the one who have to care about your film, and you are the guy who goes to the festival to show that you care about your film, to get people to like your film. But before, if you don't do that, nobody care about your film. It's a very ruthless industry, but you are the key factor, and you are the drive to go to festivals and make people like your film, because people will know your film because you know that, hey, it's me, Darwin, how are you? I come from Spain. Hey, you're coming from the US, cool. I want to go watch your film. You're gonna watch mine, and that's how you start making you feel likable. But before, if you don't do that, if you stay home only with your festivals, which is nice, online festival selection, yeah, thumbs up, yeah, I win, yeah, but you are not non-fest. I mean, a presence in a festival, that is nice, but it doesn't mean anything. You really need to go with your film to film festivals and meet with the people. That's key in this business. That's super key. It doesn't matter how many selections you have in one film, but if you have 100 selections, you haven't been in any festival of those 100 selections, something is wrong. So yeah, go to festivals and meet people. Key.
Fine. Thank you so much, Darwin, for your time and from your hectic schedule. Thank you for being on my show. Have a wonderful day, and we look forward to your festival, which is coming
Yes.
next month. So
Yes.
yeah.
Let's
Thanks
be
so
in
much.
touch.
Yeah,
Thanks.
let's be in touch.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.